All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Bear Sheath Farm with your host, Levi Khan. Let me get the other sound thing. Okay, it's working good today, isn't it? All righty then. All right. Today we're going to be reading Joshua chapters 13 through 16. And that. So I don't really have anything else planned. Maybe something will come up. You never know. Watch a funny video. Maybe not. So many things going on at once around the world, and we have access to most of it because, of the internet. And welcome and shalom to Tex Haas and Nicole CB. Oh, too far. There we are. So at least get through this. We'll see how I'm feeling with my teeth and my goons. But anyway, let's not go on about that. Let's go ahead and start Joshua chapter 13. Now Joshua was old and stricken in years, and the Lord said unto him, Thou art old and stricken in years, and there remaineth yet very much land to be possessed. This is a land that yet remaineth, all the borders of the Philistines, in all Geshuri, from Syar, which is before Egypt, even unto the borders of Ekron northward, which is counted to the Canaanite, 5 lords of the Philistines, the Gazathites, and the Ashdothites, the Eshkalonites, and the Gittites, and the Ekronites, and the Avites. From the south, all the land of the Canaanites, and Mira that is beside the Sidonians unto Aphek, to the borders of the Amorites, and the land of the and the land of the Giblites, and all Lebanon toward sunrising, from Baal Gad under Mount Hermon unto the entering into Hamath, all the inhabitants of the hill country from Lebanon unto Mizrephothmaim, and all the Sidonians, them will I drive out from before the children of Israel. Only divide thou it by lot unto the Israelites for an inheritance, as I have commanded thee. Now therefore divide this land for an inheritance unto the 9 tribes and the half tribe of Manasseh, with whom the Reubenites and the Gadites have received their inheritance, which Moses gave them beyond Jordan eastward, even as Moses the servant of the Lord gave them. From Aurora that is upon the bank of the river Arnon, and the city that is in the midst of the river, and all the plain of Medeba unto Dian, and all the cities of Sihon, king of the Amorites, which reigned in Heshbon, unto the border of the children of Ammon, and Gilead, and the border of the Geshurites and Maacathites, and all Mount Hermon, and all Bashan unto Selka, all the kingdom of Og and Bashan, which reigned in Ashtaroth, and in Edrei, who remained of the remnant of the giants. For these did Moses smite and cast them out. Nevertheless, the children of Israel expelled not the Geshurites, nor the Maacathites, but the Geshurites and the Maacathites dwell among the Israelites until this day. Probably talking bloodline now. Anyway, verse 14, only unto the tribes of Levi he gave none inheritance. The sacrifices of the Lord God of Israel made by fire are their inheritance, as he said unto them. And Moses gave unto the tribe of the children of Reuben inheritance according to their families. And their coast was from Aurora that is on the bank of the river Arnon, and the city that is in the midst of the river, and all the plain by Medeba, Heshbon, and all their cities that are in the plain, Dibon, and Bamoth Baal, and Beth Baal Meon, and Jehazzah, and Kedemoth, and Mepath, and Kirjathaim, and Sibmah, and Zerah-Shahar, in the mount of the valley, and Beth Peor, and Ashdoth, Pisgah, and Beth Jeshimoth, and all the cities of the plain, and all the Sihon, king of the Amorites, which reigned in Heshbon, whom Moses smote with the princes of Midian, Evi, and Rechem, and Zur, and Hur, and Reba, which were dukes of Sihon, dwelling in the country. Baalim, also the son of Beor, the soothsayer, did the children of Israel slay with the sword among them that were slain by them. Aha, yes. And the border of the children of Reuben was Jordan, and the border thereof. This was the inheritance of the children of Reuben, after their families, the cities, and the villages thereof. And Moses gave inheritance unto the tribe of Gad, even unto the children of Gad, according to their families. And their coast was Jazer, and all the cities of Gilead, and half the land of the children of Ammon unto Aurora, that is, before Rabbah. And from Heshbon unto Ramath, Mizpah, and Betonim, and from Mahanaim unto the border of Debir. And in the valley, Betharam, and Beth Nimrah, and Sukkoth, and Zaphon, the rest of the kingdom of Sion, king of Heshbon, Jordan and his border, even unto the edge of the sea of Chinnereth, on the other side Jordan eastward. This is the inheritance of the children of Gad after their families, the cities and their villages. And Moses gave inheritance unto the half tribe of Manasseh, and this was the possession of the half tribe of the children of Manasseh by their families. And their coast was from Mahanaim, all Bashan, all the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, and all the towns of Jair, which are in Bashan, 60 cities, which of course that would be 60 in today's terms. And half Gilead and Ashtaroth and Edrei, cities of the kingdom of Og and Bashan, were pertaining unto the children of Machir, the son of Manasseh, even to the one half of the children of Machir by their families. These are the countries which Moses did distribute for inheritance in the plains of Moab, on the other side Jordan by Jericho, eastward. But unto the tribe of Levi, Moses gave not any inheritance. The Lord God of Israel was their inheritance, as he said unto them. And that's all 33 verses of Joshua chapter 13. Welcome and shalom also now to Craig Hayden. Glad you're all here. So, all right. Everybody's greeting one another. That's good. So let's keep this moving. One of the chapters does have 63 verses in it, and which I believe will be chapter 15 if I'm, yeah. So let's get chapter 14 out of the way here. And these are the countries which the children of Israel inherited in the land of Canaan, which Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun and the heads of the fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel distributed for inheritance to them. By lot was their inheritance, as the Lord commanded by the hand of Moses, for the 9 tribes and for the half tribe. For Moses had given the inheritance of 2 tribes and a half tribe on the other side Jordan, but unto the Levites he gave none inheritance among them. For the children of Joseph were 2 tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim. Therefore they gave no part unto the Levites in the lands, save cities to dwell in with their suburbs, for their cattle and for their substance. As the Lord commanded Moses, so the children of Israel did, and they divided the land. Then the children of Judah came unto Joshua in Gilgal, and Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite said unto him, Thou knowest the thing that the Lord said unto Moses, the man of God, concerning me and thee in Kadesh Barnea. 40 years old was I when Moses, the servant of the Lord, sent me from Kadesh Barnea to espy out the land, and I brought him word again as it was in mine heart. Nevertheless, my brethren that went up with me made the heart of the people melt, but I wholly followed the Lord my God. And Moses sware on that day, saying, Surely the Lord whereon thy feet have trodden shall be in thy inheritance, and thy children's forever, because thou hast wholly followed the Lord my God. And now, behold, the Lord hath kept me alive, as he said, these 45 years, even since the Lord spake this word unto Moses, while the children of Israel wandered in the wilderness. And now, lo, I am this day 85 years old, which in modern terms would be 85 years old. All right. Verse 11. As yet, I am as strong this day as I was in the day that Moses sent me, as my strength was then, even so is my strength now for war, both to go out and to come in. Now therefore give me this mountain whereof the Lord spake in that day, for thou heardest in that day how the Anakims were there, and that the cities were great and fenced. If so be the Lord will be with me, then I shall be able to drive them out, as the Lord said. And Joshua blessed him and gave Caleb the son of Jephunneh Hebron for an inheritance. Hebron therefore became the inheritance of Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite unto this day, because that he wholly followed the Lord God of Israel. And the name of Hebron before was Kirjath Arba, which Arba was a great man among the Anakims, and the land had rest from war. All right, it's all 15 verses of chapter 14 of Joshua. Take a little drink here, and we'll keep it moving. Okay, chapter 15. This then was the lot of the tribe of the children of Judah by their families, even to the border of Edom. The wilderness of Zin southward was the uttermost part of the south coast, and their south border was from the shore of the salt sea, from the bay that looketh southward. And it went out to the south side to Maalek Akrabim, and passed along to Zin, and ascended up on the south side unto Kadesh Barnea, and passed along to Herzon, and went up to Adar, and fetched a compass to Karkea. From thence it passed toward Asmon, and went out unto the river of Egypt, and the goings out of that coast were at the sea. This shall be your south coast. And the east border was the salt sea, even unto the end of Jordan, and their border in the north quarter was from the bay of the sea at the uttermost part of Jordan. And the border went up to Beth Hagla, and passed along by the north Beth Arabah, and the border went up to the stone of Bohan the son of Reuben. And the border went up toward Debir from the valley of Achor, and so northward, looking toward Gilgal, that is before the going up to Adumim, which is on the south side of the river. And the border passed toward the waters of En-Shemesh, and the goings out thereof were at En-Rogel. And the border went up by the valley of the son of Hinnom unto the south side of the Jebusite. The same is Jerusalem. And the border went up to the top of the mountain that lieth before the valley of Hinnom, westward, which is at the end of the valley of the giants northward. And the border was drawn from the top of the hill unto the fountain of the water of Nephtoah, and went out to the cities of Mount Ephron. And the border was drawn to Baalah, which is Kirjath Jearim. And the border passed from Baalah westward unto Mount Seir, and passed along unto the side of Mount Jearim, which is Kesaloon on the north side, and went down to Beth Shemesh, and passed on to Timnah. And the border went out unto the side of Ekron northward, and the border was drawn to Shikron, and passed along to Mount Baalah, and went out unto Jabneel. And the goings out of the border were at the sea, and the west border was to the great sea, and the coast thereof. This is the coast of the children of Judah, round about according to their families. And unto Caleb the son of Jephunneh he gave a part among the children of Judah, according to the commandment of the Lord to Joshua, even the city of Arba, the father of Anak, which city is Hebron. And Caleb drove thence the three sons of Anak, Sheshai, and Anam, and Talmai, the children of Anak. And he went up thence to the inhabitants of Debir, and the name of Debir before was Kirjath Sepher. And Caleb said, He that smiteth Kirjath Sepher, and taketh it, to him will I give Achsah, my daughter, to wife. All right, before I continue on to verse 17, welcome and shalom to Sister Carolyn Gannon. Glad you're here. Anyway, their thinking was so much different. I mean, imagine that today in America or Great Britain or Scotland, doesn't matter. You win this battle, you make certain accomplishments, whatever. I'll give you my daughter to wife. Yeah. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not saying I'm totally on their level. I think I'm more Hebraic minded than most today. That's my guess. But yeah, some of this stuff can be kind of a little strange. Okay. But you know what? It worked. As long as they were obedient, it worked. All right. Verse 17. And Othniel, the son of Kenaz, the brother of Caleb, took it, and he gave him Achsah, his daughter, to wife. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Verse 18. And it came to pass as she came unto him that she moved him to ask of her father a field, and she laid it off her ass. And Caleb said unto her, What wouldest thou? Who answered, Give me a blessing, for thou hast given me a south land. Give me also springs of water. And he gave her the upper springs and the nether springs. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Judah, according to their families, and the uttermost cities of the tribe of the children of Judah toward the coast of Edom. Southward were Kabzeel, and Edir, and Jagur, and Kina, and Demona, and Adazah, and Kadesh, and Hazor, and Ithnan, Zeph, and Telem, and Baaloth, and Hazor, Hadattah, and Karazoth, and Hezron, which is Hazor, Amam, and Shema, and Moladah, and Hazar Gaddah, and Heshmon, and Beth Palet, and Hazar Shwal, and Beersheba, and Bizjothjah, and Baalah, and Iam, and Azim, and Eltalad, and Kessel, and Hormah, and Ziklag, and Madmanah, and Sansana, and Lebaoth, and Shilhim, and Ain, and Rimmon. All the cities were 29 with their villages. In the valley, Eshtaol, and Zoriah, and Ashtenah, and Zanoah, and Egan, and Ganim, Tappuah, and Enam, and I'll start verse 34 again. And Zanoah, and Ganim, Tappuah, and Enam, Jarmuth, and Adullam, Sakol, and Askelah, and Sheraim, and Adizith, and Adathaim, and Gederah, and Gederothaim, 14 cities with their villages. Zenan, and Hadashah, and Migdal Gad, and Dilian, and Mizpah, and Joktheel, Lachish, and Bozkath, and Eglon, and Cabon, Lamam, and Kitlish, and Gederoth, Beth Dagon, and Naamah, and Makkedah, 16 cities with their villages. Libnah, and Ether, and Ashan, and Jephthah, and Ashna, and Nazib, and Keilah, and Akzib, and Mareshah, 9 cities with their villages. Ekron with their towns and their villages, from Ekron even unto the sea, all that lay near Ashdod with their villages. Ashdod with her towns and her villages, Giza with her towns and her villages, unto the river of Egypt, and the great sea, and the border thereof. And in the mountains, Shemer, and Jatir, and Sako, and Dana, and Gerjathsana, which is Debir, and Enab, and Eshtamo, and Anam, and Goshen, and Holon, and Gilo, 11 cities with their villages. Arab, and Duma, and and Eshian, and Janam, and Beth Tappuah, and Aphekah, and Humta, and Kirjath Arba, which is Hebron. And Zior, 9 cities with their villages. Let me get rid of this thing. You guys can't see it, but I can. Okay. Anyway, verse 55. Maon, Carmel, and Ziph, and Judah, and Jezreel, and Jokneam, and Zanoah, Cain, Gibeah, and Timnah, 10 cities with their villages. Halhol, Bethzer, and Gedor, and Merath, and Bethanoth, and Eltekon, 6 cities with their villages. Kirjath Baal, which is Kirjath Jearim, and Rabbah, 2 cities with their villages. In the wilderness, Beth Arabah, Medin, and Sekakah, and Nibshan, and the city of Salt, and En-Gedi, 6 cities with their villages. As for the Jebusites, the inhabitants of Jerusalem, the children of Judah could not drive them out, but the Jebusites dwell with the children of Judah at Jerusalem unto this day. All right, that's all 63 verses of chapter 15 of Joshua. Look at the chat. Welcome and shalom to Mike's Isha. I think I got everybody here. All right. Let me look at something else here quick. And we got... Okay. All righty. We have one more chapter here, folks. So I'll take a swig and then we'll get her done. All right, Joshua chapter 16. And a lot of the children of Joseph fell from Jordan by Jericho unto the water of Jericho on the east to the wilderness that goeth up from Jericho throughout Mount Bethel, and goeth out from Bethel to Luz, and passeth along unto the borders of Archi to Adaroth, and goeth down westward to the coast of Japhleti, unto the coast of Beth Horon the Nether, and to Gezer, some say Gezer, and the goings out thereof are at the sea. So the children of Joseph, Manasseh and Ephraim, took their inheritance. And the border of the children of Ephraim, according to their families, was thus. Even the border of their inheritance on the east side was Adaroth Adar, unto Beth Horon the upper. And the border went out toward the sea to Michmathah on the north side, and the border went about eastward unto Taanath Shiloh, and passed by it on the east to Genohah. And it went down from Genohah to Adaroth and to Nerath, and came to Jericho, and went out at Jordan. The border went out from Tapua westward unto the river Cana, and the goings out thereof were at the sea. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Ephraim by their families. And the separate cities for the children of Ephraim were among the inheritance of the children of Manasseh, all the cities with their villages, and they drove not out the Canaanites that dwelt in Gezer, but the Canaanites dwell among the Ephraimites unto this day, and serve under tribute. All right, we're talking at a spiritual level now too, folks. Obviously, the true Israelites are not really there. I mean, some are. Those of us who are in Jesus Christ, I get that, but they're not literally, basically employees or slaves to their employers or masters right now. Because a lot of people ask about that. What do they mean unto this day? Well, bloodline, in a spiritual sense, and so on. And welcome and shalom to Gangster Talks podcast. How you doing? Glad you're here. So that being said, folks, we have basically 8 chapters left in Joshua, I believe. And like I said, it's one of the bloodiest, really, if not the bloodiest scroll that we have. Okay, a lot of cleaning house, and doing their best to stomp out sin. Of course, after that, we'll go to Judges. That's still in the Jewish order. Shoftim is how you say judges in Hebrew. Pretty dark period. Up, down, up, down, up, down. And that's before the monarchy came in. Now, that being said, folks, the monarchy, as I've told you many times, spiritually, politically, whatever, I am a theocratic monarchist. And obviously it's meant for us to have a king, which is Yeshua. And that. So that being said, folks, I don't, it just doesn't bother me. This democracy BS, even constitutional republic, which technically is better, isn't really what's meant, is what I'm saying. Not in the end. Heck, if we were in a true democracy, and these politicians of whatever party, this great democracy, if this was a true democracy, we could vote the president out right then and there. Not in a constitutional republic. And of course they, but I'm kind of going off on a tangent. I hope everybody's doing well this evening. I'm not really prepared in the sense, I've been thinking about doing a video because there's more than just my Jewish counterparts to look at. And what I mean by that is sin is all over. I don't care, Jew, non-Jew, Gentile, call them what you will. What was I looking at just now? I guess it really doesn't matter. But I suppose just some couple of funny videos, see how stupid these people, just to continue to show the constant vicious circle of stupid, to put it in a slang, but yet kind of an educated way. Yeah, just sad. Maxine Waters. Oh, she's pathetic. How old is Maxine now? 86 or 7. She's older than Joe Biden. I'll give her that. And she's more with it. She's more lucid. Yeah, she's 88. Woo. Yeah. Approximately 5 years older than, she turned 88 yesterday. Ooh, my. Well, happy belated birthday, doofus. Yeah, she's the congressional representative for the, I believe the 43rd? Yeah, 43rd Congressional District of California. She's a piece of work, I'll tell you what. But that being said, she condones violence as far as the Democrats against the Republicans, or at least the MAGA ones, but whatever turns her crank, I guess. Flips her switch. But, back to, I'm thinking about doing a video, and I'll do it live stream if I do it, on another type of sin. What that is basically, on the Kundalini spirit, that uncontrollable laughter, to put it simply. Let me get this on. I'll go ahead and share this, since I already shut off my camera or covered it up. All right. That being said, folks, we have a lot coming at us, and my wife is always bombarding me, sending things to my phone so I can get it, and I just type it up and put it on my laptop if it's open. If I have it shut down, I look at it then on the smartphone. But that being said, there's just so much, and just the disobedience to the scriptures, with this kind of stuff. I mean, we need to focus on ourselves, I think, a lot, make sure we're obedient. What I'm saying is let the rock, as in the spirit, guide us in that. Anyway, I've gone on long enough. Let's get this going.
Here we go.
Oh, yes, my queen.
Former President Trump, they've lived through his presidency. They've heard these arguments about democracy, about the fate of the election, and yet Trump is not only winning, but winning increasingly by a larger margin. So what is the plan among Democrats to change that trajectory? It sounds like you're talking about saying and doing all the same things, but do you believe that something needs to change?
Horrible wig.
And will not only significantly roll back safeguards and oversight of the largest banks, but also undermines consumer protections and discrimination measures.
I just can't read.
The effect would allow recidivist bad actors that continually break the law to squirt accountability. Roughly 87% of all banks have less than 1 billion in assets. You can't make this up. One of Trump's companies, World Liberty Financial, announced that an Abu Dhabi. That's because Trump's attacks are not about transparency or accountability. It's about his desire to control the Fed.
Can't you do anything right?
We should go much further. Donald Trump has very outwardly demonstrated. Yesterday, I received the following note from Wisconsin's securities regulator.
Wrong. Try again, dumbass.
Administrator of the Division of Securities at the Wisconsin's Department of Financial Institutions. I know he's departed with Elon. He doesn't need him anymore. He got Elon's money.
Who the hell is that?
I appreciate the bill that you have before us, but I also sincerely believe that it is time to get tough on Russia and Vladimir Putin. Putin is interested in the United Kingdom again, and whatever it's called. And he's not our friend.
You're not just wrong, you're stupid.
And now I'm sure he's embarrassed because Putin could give less than a peace agreement, and he's going to continue to bomb. This man is interested in reuniting the United, Kingdom that he has?
You were literally too stupid to insult.
If you've tried Tadalafil or Tadalafil, but you want something.
All right. I'm not sure about financially. I suppose I'd have to look into it, but I have this odd feeling. The most expensive nursing home all the way around in this nation is in the District of Columbia. Anyway, let's move on here.
We are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe.
What? What does that even mean?
Do you have plans to visit the border?
Not today.
Oh, you think that's funny?
As your president, I will protect our nation's sovereignty, secure our border, and work to fix our broken system of immigration.
I'll stick to that story even if nobody believes it.
In the past 4 years before I took office, our country was overrun by violent criminals. I mean, you remember just a couple of years ago how bad it was, right? It was really bad. Foreign gangs, savage thugs with Biden, Sleepy Joe. What a horrible 4 years. That was 4 years in hell. We lived in hell. And we allowed, through this stupid open borders policy, 25 million people to come into our country. Many of them are now gone, but 25 million people, that's the number. That's the real number.
That's a bitch slap of truth right there.
And we took them in with open arms. How stupid could we be?
Sounds stupid.
Well, you saw it the other day in Spain, right? Okay, now envision that. They allowed 65,000 people in. Now you remember 25 million people. We were worse. That was like that every single day in our country, and that went on for months and months. And
It's all because of you, Joe.
then we had a border czar, as you remember, Kamala. She was the border czar. She never went to the border.
Not today.
And she never once called Border Patrol. Other than that, she did an excellent job. She was a great candidate. I think they should run her again. She was a great candidate.
Wonderful. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Okay. One last one here, folks.
Have you ever wanted to see your home from space? With this free satellite Earth Maps tool, you can zoom.
I know we don't always see eye to eye on a lot of stuff, but you have to literally, at some point, I know you don't want to do this, defend me.
I'd rather drink turpentine and piss on a brush fire.
And not because you love what I have to say, not because I'm a part of this coalition, even though I am, whether you like it or not. I wipe my ass with the Constitution. That requires you, at some point, to basically take the L a little bit. Okay. And maybe be a little bit more honest about how I'm not this dangerous, toxic, radical force.
If
the boot fits.
I'm not expecting you to defend clips out of context or anything like that. I'm not even expecting you to defend some of these statements at all.
I don't have any sort of patriotism in my heart for America.
You should attack the form. You should attack the function. You should probably attack the very reason as to why Republicans have made this or are trying to make this a salient line of attack.
America deserved 9/11, dude. I'm saying it.
He's pure evil.
Instead of just allowing the Republicans to consistently make this the number one issue, because every moment that the Republicans are talking about this and you're leaning into it is another moment where you're not talking about the issues, and it will actually become a salient narrative, and it will be awful.
You're a douche. I'm a douche. Just a big busy douche.
All right. Let's see here. All right, I think that's enough. Give me I'll go ahead and get this. Give me a second. I want to see what the dogs are going all nuts about. They're just being dogs. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. And that one surprised me. Like I said, I think it was last night on my last live stream, but you can show people facts, show them the truth, prove it to them beyond a shadow of a doubt. And they will not believe you until it's too late. And I heard it on the documentary that Wilfred Witzke sent to, or recommended to me, but I knew that before, because Lord knows I've tried it. I argued years ago about the scamdemic and me being educated and experienced in the medical field years before that. It just wasn't on. It was way, way wrong. And people just give you that blank look and they say something really stupid. But anyway, I think I could do some videos. I'm hoping on some other types of sins too. I took a break from that documentary last night and taking down extensive notes. I needed a break. I watched some other stuff, and I remember being, I was refreshed or reminded, about the Kundalini spirit and all these churches, whatever, circuses is what they really are. And they don't open a Bible or anything. They're just laughing their asses off. And so, people are shaking and rolling and rattling. And it's really, I mean, it's beyond words. And, I tell you right now, and I've said this many times and shown some stats, if we had as many obedient people to Elohim in this nation as what it shows for people that are supposedly some kind of Christian or Bible believer, we would not be in the pickle that we're in. And I truly believe that. There's no way to officially prove that, but I'm going to stick to it. Yeah, I have two, Mrs. Mike. Actually, let me talk about this. I was 15 years old a long time ago, and I was a runaway and from my home state, Minnesota, and I was hopping freight trains. Santa Fe, was it? They weren't combined yet. There's those two that are together now. One of them is either Santa Fe or the other name. And I was way up in North Dakota. It's probably a good thing that my other juvie friend and I got off when we did, because it was getting the cold season, and if we would have kept going up, it's no better than Minnesota, and we would have been human icicles. Anyway, we got off. They knew we were there, and got picked up hitchhiking by a nice, trusting enough lady, and she brought us home, or to her home with her husband, and we were there for a little while. I had to leave sooner and wait right in that small city in North Dakota. What was that? What town was that? It doesn't matter, but they put me until they could send me back to Minnesota. They put me in the in a Christian nursing home, okay, forgive my tongue here, my into a Christian boys group home, and I was not liking it at all at that time, but I agreed. So they wouldn't. I wouldn't get in any more, real fights with the staff. I agreed to go to their church service, and being raised at that time as a Lutheran, that was brand new to me. I'd never seen anything like that before in my life. And all the way from the loud, not solemn, but loud sermon, screaming at times, to, people raising their hands and falling over on the sides of the pews onto the floor, and some of them staying on the pews and dancing around, with their hands up. And I'm this 15-year-old juvie delinquent rebel guy and kid, and I'm like, whoa, what the blank? What the farm, right? 4-letter F word. And yeah, I got more experience after that. I mean, years down the road, but they did use the Bible. They cherry-picked a lot of stuff. Whatever, Pentecostal or charismatic or both, church service I would be in. I got good dose of Assemblies of God throughout the years. I haven't been to them in probably over 30-something years. But yeah, that was really something. I'll tell you what. Heal this, heal that, name it, claim it, rebuke it. Even if you got healed supposedly through another church, and their people, they wanted to make sure about it, and because evidently that church only used Comet, whereas that church used Ajax. They didn't say it that way. It's kind of what I came up with on my own here. But I was one in my 20s too, to especially after I came back to the States, I read my Bibles and whatever translations back then. And like, a lot of this stuff doesn't add up. I knew about my Levitical chronology at 24 years old, but I didn't really think much of it. I just kept doing the Christian thing and off and on anyway. But a lot of that stuff didn't add up to me, and I just thought it was ridiculous. And I still think that slain in the spirit, really. When I read in the scriptures, when you're being slain, it's not really a very good thing. But yeah, a lot of things didn't make sense to me. If you need to lose weight, you need to get your heart rate better, get your cholesterol down. I'm not going to say the Bible is an exercise manual. It's not. But there are things that they did back then that were, well, no wonder they were in such good shape most of the time. Yeah, you read about a fat king every now and then, but today, look, it's not, there's nothing wrong with praying for him or her if they're a couple 100 pounds overweight, but maybe they ought to do a little lifestyle change. Look at their dietary instructions. And two, since they're not shepherds today, most of them anyway, I'm a homesteader. You can kind of classify it with that, but I also do my calisthenics yet. Maybe instead of eating donuts, drinking too much soda pop and coffee mixed with too much sugar and cream all the time and being sedentary, maybe you can walk a couple miles a day or at least work up to it and maybe do some push-ups or join a gym. I mean, I have a hard time picturing Elohim honoring you or me for that. It doesn't matter. I have a hard time picturing Yah, the Father, honoring us if we're going to pray for better health and we eat like idiots and don't get out there and stretch our muscles a little bit. But that's just me. So now Kundalini, when did I first learn about specifically Kundalini? 12, 13 years ago, maybe, I think. Saw it on YouTube, and no, somebody told me about it, and I looked it up, and I saw this poor street preacher reading the Bible, and these dumb women were just, yeah. I'm like, oh man, choke those girls out. But I could do something on that and just about how to get more obedient. This stuff has not been done away with. Some stuff, not all, but some of the stuff has been fulfilled. We don't do animal sacrifices. We shouldn't anyway. I've been a part of that too in the Messianic realm. Just as a learning experience, I've been at a couple different deals out of how many where, did a goat or a sheep. I know how to butcher. We know how to slaughter and butcher, and I have no problem with that if you do it with your sheep, goat, cow, and you're doing it for food and being grateful to Elohim for that. That's cool. But to do it as an actual sacrifice, I mean, you're basically making null and void and assaulting the Mashiach Yeshua. I could get on some of that. But even just people who are Christians that doing the wrong Sabbath, not even keeping to their own Sabbath decently enough, eating what they should be, not eating what they should not be eating, and not being obedient in any way, shape, or form that I can tell. And two, it gives me a break from the really evil, morbid, reprobate stuff. Not saying that this stuff isn't. It is, but I do believe there are different consequences, various consequences for various sins, and some are worse than others. And it's really hard not to get, for me anyway, not to get melancholy and angry and depressed, with some of the bullshit I see going on with the higher up stuff. I want to thank the people. I know my wife has been doing this because I never do it. I will mention it now. Some of you know that I'm having problems with my oral. I'm having oral issues with teeth and goons. I'll do salt water again tonight. We're waiting to maybe get access to having somebody give me a ride to the ER, and then I can maybe get on temporary Medicaid again. I don't use the VA. I could, but it would take me forever. I have the second best discharge, which is general under honorable conditions. There's a difference. Whereas somebody who has the straight up honorable, they're just in right then compared to me. And frankly, I don't trust them anyway. I don't. One of my uncles, he's gone now. A couple of them, really. They both loved the VA, an Air Force vet and an Army vet. They would have sworn by the Veterans Association hospital. I don't. But that would be a long ways for me anyway. So even further than the hospital that is probably 17 miles away from me now. If I have to, if I think it's because I just kind of have the attitude, look, I can do or die here. I don't care anymore. And I don't know if that's the best attitude to have. I've been confronted on that out of love. And I do have at least one other human being to think of for sure, and that's Deborah Hebrew Faith. So if I can't get that ride by tomorrow, or Tuesday at latest, I'm not going to call an ambulance. I'll just thumb it. I'll just walk and thumb it. I need probably the best thing for me would be to have all of my teeth pulled out. I can feel it now a little bit. It's a lot better than what it was. It doesn't look puffed up to me. I guess others were claiming to Deb that it was, that they could tell. I can't. But I can still tell. I mean, I can feel it. So we have some of our home remedies I've been doing here, as well as, other remedies, as well as very warm salt water. And I appreciate the concern. I appreciate the prayers. But I really don't I don't have much else to say, folks. And as usual, if you don't have anything to ask me or any comment to, a statement to put in that I need to respond to, I guess I'll just let you guys go and get ready to feed the dogs. And then Deborah Hebrew Faith is going to get up and cook us something to eat. We eat well and healthy here. I will say that. I've been drinking more water lately too. And things are going well. And I think Elohim is honoring that. Oh, try coconut oil. Okay, yeah. I'll take a look at it. But we have to wait till we get paid. Mrs. Mike. But yeah, I'll take a look into that. I think I've heard that before. It's been a long time, though. That one kind of gum, too, I heard can heal cavities. I don't know how true it is. Hold on a second. Let me look that up, folks. Maybe some of you might know something that I don't. Name of gum, of chewing gum, that heals cavities. Yeah, laryngeal. I'll go ahead and share this. And you people, if you have something to comment or something that I don't, I'm cool with that. Give me a second here. It's okay. There is laryngeal and underbrush right there. Natural mint remineralizing. And there's Nerico again, a different version, evidently, or flavor. Epic xylitol gum, Greco gum. The heck is that? Underbrush again, I think. Yeah. Got a lot of stuff, I guess. I don't know how. I really don't know how good this stuff is or not. I've never tried it. So, good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to read that, boss, that I don't look puffy. I didn't realize I looked puffy last night. And once I was done, Deb got the salt water ready for me. Oh, I've done that before, but I've never liked it. I did like 8 swishes, 30 seconds a swish. And by the time I was done, I was more than ready to take the warm, plain water and rinse my mouth out. Ooh. Anyway, all right, folks, look, all of you stay safe out there. Stay on your guard. Keep your heads on your swivels, ladies and gentlemen. Peace. Shalom. The Levite man is out of here until the next time. Later.